Hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Hello, hello. Welcome in if you're new. Welcome back if you've been here before. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. We're doing a reading for this coming week's. Sorry about that, Aquarius. My husband was calling me, and I couldn't find the pause button, so you get the Game of Thrones music in your video. Hopefully I don't get a ding because it was on my phone and it played. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm not starting the video over, though. Okay, so week of May 4th. This will be posted May 1st, as you probably already know. I don't know why I bother saying that, but anyway, I'm trying to get the 8 signs that I do regularly posted every Friday, which will be a message for the following week. You know, the energy's coming in. So because there is a full moon on May 1st, it's a full flower moon in Scorpio, I'm using my Starry Beginnings Oracle deck as well as my Celestial Tarot. That full flower moon coming in is going to bring in energy of Scorpio. Scorpio, dark, mysterious, things you don't know, also very sexy, alluring energy. So Friday night could be a good night for a date night. Just saying. So from Starry Beginnings, the card they gave you is number 35. That's an 8. 8s are mastery and infinity. Let go of a fixed plan. Allow for spontaneity and growth. Now, for humans, sometimes it's really hard to let go of a plan. We make lists, we make plans. We've got to pay our bills this day. We got to get an oil change. We got to vacuum. We got to get groceries. We've got to do all these different things. And sometimes it doesn't allow for spontaneity. I know for myself, I really miss the days in my 20s when I just lived day to day. I didn't have credit cards. I just had a job, got my paycheck, paid my rent, put gas in my car, had a good time. And I do miss those days. I miss them. I feel like when I didn't have plans and lists and to do all these things that I had to do, I was way more in flow, because I just let the days unfold as they did. Didn't worry about anything. Maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know, but it felt good. I often reminisce about those days when I just didn't have to worry about what I was doing later on. I didn't even worry about planning my meals. I was like, well, I'll just eat whatever I eat. Anyway, so yeah. The energies are calling for you to be more spontaneous, to let go of the plan. All right, I'm going to face the camera down as we pull the tarot, so just give me one moment. 3:03 on the camera clock as I paused it. 3s, creation, collaboration, right? The energy of 3 or even 33. So that could be important for this week coming up. If you see 3s, 33, 333. Yeah, so pay attention to that. Numbers are important. So are animals. When we see certain animals, especially if you see 3, right? If you always have a bunch of robins in your yard every day, and you see 3, that's not, but it's like, let's say you see a fox, and then the next day you see 2 foxes. And that's not normal, right? That's 3 foxes. So then you would, see what the meaning of fox is. When I look it up, it's always on the money. When that happens, to me, it's on the money. My camera's driving me nuts because it looks like it's crooked for some reason. I don't know. Whoops. Oh, well. Yeah, I just knocked everything off my table. Well, Aquarians, you're getting the totally human part of doing this kind of thing where everything doesn't always go to plan. Okay, is that better? I don't know. Okay, sorry about that. I'm so sorry. I apologize. All right, let's see. So animals have meaning, numbers have meaning. Obviously in astrology, the planets and their placements and what's going on with them have meaning. You've got temperance, Sagittarius energy. You've got death, Scorpio energy. Remember I said that full moon in Scorpio? That could be big for you since the Scorpio card is coming out. Then you have the Eight of Wands. Whatever you have planned, as we were just trying to discount planning things, will come to fruition. Queen of Wands, the Tower. Okay, Aquarius, what is going on for you? Some clean slate energy, maybe coming in with this full moon and following this full moon with that Tower. Now, the Tower looks very different in this deck as it does in the Forest Tarot. It's funny because I've talked about this in a couple of videos, and I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but every deck has its own energy. Yes, the basic meanings are there, but there are other people who channel these decks, and so I go with the energy that I feel. Of course, the base meaning, but then what is the energy of the deck? And as well as, obviously, my intuitive messages from my guides. All right, whoops. I was just about to say, what's the last card? King. So you have Queen of Wands and King of Pentacles. Okay, let's take these cards in the order in which they came out and see what is happening this week of May 4th. Temperance. Okay, so Temperance is a 14, which is a 5, which is change, which is perfect. So to temper something means to add something to it to change its properties, right? And I'm not a scientist, so I can't. It's like you take water and squeeze in lemon juice and sugar and you get lemonade. It's like that. That's the simplest thing that I can think of right now. But this is also Sagittarius energy, adventurous, talkative, right? Communicator. And the card is beautiful. She's adding something to change the properties of what's in the bigger bowl, right? Adding this, it's going through that, and it's finally going here. So, Aquarians, what is it that you need to add into your life, your day, your routine, right? To temper it and make it what it needs to be. If you have Sagittarius placement, if Sagittarius is your rising sign, or you have a Sagittarius that's close to you, it could just be telling you this person may be involved in this next week. Now, this is the Death card. This is Scorpio energy. This is 13, which is a 4, which is stability or stagnation. The Death card is a death of the old way of doing things. It's a new choice. It's a new beginning. And so when you're adding something to temper this, you're changing the way it is, changing its properties, right? So you may just be adding something that changes up your routine, right? Because you're just not going to be doing that the same way. Something is going to change about that. Then you have the Eight of Wands. Eight's mastery and infinity. You started out with an 8 with the let go of a fixed plan. I love this card. It almost looks like hot air balloons. It isn't, but these are like wands with jeweled balls on the top of them. So beautiful. But yeah, whatever it is that when you temper this or work with the Sagittarius or the Scorpio, what you're going for is going to happen. You're going to hit the target with it. Then you have this beautiful Queen of Wands. Look at that card. So action, passion, right? She's sitting there on her throne with her scepter of, it's just a beautiful card. All the flowers, lotus, sunflowers. She's got a cat by her feet. And she is ready to stand by you. She's ready to be there for you in this time when you are making these changes, I'm hearing. So wands are fire signs, right? Aries, Leo, Sag. So maybe, and you already have Sagittarius here. Maybe you do have a prominent Sagittarius in your life, and that's the person who is going to be with you during this time of change, right? And it is a time of change. Because next you have the Tower, right? So in this card, the Tower is actually shining brightly. It's like a burst of fire coming out of the top of it. So while things are going to change for you, it's not like you're falling out of the tower. In this deck, it's just something is going to burst forth, some new creative energy, some new way of doing things, which goes right along with what Temperance said, right? Adding something to it to change its properties. What the Death card said. All three of these cards basically have the same type of message. adding something to change the properties, changing something up and doing it in a different way. Clean slate energy with a burst of fire and creativity coming forward so that you're never doing it the same way again. Okay, Aquarius? So yeah, you have big changes coming in. And then the last card out is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is wealth and abundance. He is the masculine top of the suit of Pentacles for managing his money. He knows where his money is going. He knows what he's done with it. He's looking at his pentacle here. And the truth of this card is he's ready to enjoy the fruits of his labor. He wants to take a vacation, take a rest, a staycation, whatever, do a home project. He's earned it, he's saved it, he's put it away, and now he's ready to use it. All right, let's recap for a moment. Let go of a fixed plan. Allow for spontaneity and growth. All three of these first cards, as well as the Tower, really say that, right? Allow for spontaneity. Let go of a fixed plan. You're tempering it. You're changing the way you do it. You're hitting the bullseye, right? You have this Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles energy, action, passion, and the physical, right? And then you have that Tower card, clean slate energy, changing it up. So once you get through this and you are really going ahead, like that Eight of Wands, it feels like, wow, you've got all this momentum going, and then you pick up the Queen of Wands, the King of Pentacles, your Tower, and you say, wow, I should have changed this up a long time ago. I should have stopped doing it that way and changed to doing it this way long ago. So changing the way that you're doing something will lead you to the success, right? So think about it, Aquarians. What is it that you can change about either how you're earning your money, how much money you're putting away and investing, who you are with, who you are around, who is in your circle, right? Something is going to change up, and you are going to see the success of that once you make that choice to change whatever that is. Now, I would love to know in the comments, what is it for you? Would love to know if this resonated. Would love to know where you're watching from. So I hope this has helped. Please enjoy the coming week. Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.